Yes, no. That's how I'm starting. Why do I always say That's how I'm starting them all now. Yes, no, until I think of something like catchy or get a little jingle or something. Yes, no. After the fucking massive success of my previous two videos, bear in mind I've got 7K views on two videos. I guess like a lot of it's just the intrigue and they'll drop off, but yeah, 7K views. So this is going to be the boxing and MMA one. Do you know what? Shit, I'm not starting again. I was supposed to go on the internet. See, I never do anything that I say I'm going to do. I was supposed to go on the internet and get the UFC card and the boxing card up for this weekend. And I fucking forgot. Here we go. Spivak first game. Fight card. Shit anyway, to be honest. And I need the... This is great podcasting, isn't it? Chris Eubank Jr. Let's have a look at his card. But I'm going to start with the UFC Singapore. But not really all of it. I'm just going to go with the main event because, to be honest, I've only seen the main event. I was at Lost Village. I did try to whoa, why did I go so high then? I did try to watch the main event, but I got the timings all wrong for some reason. I didn't realise Singapore was so fucking early. Mark Efron, Jack Cullen, no way. Jack Cullen, mate, Bolton gangster, one of the boys. Yeah, so UFC Singapore, not really much to say, is there? I don't even know who the co-main was. Who was the co-main? I can't remember, but Max Holloway, I'm guessing it was more just a celebrity fight, wasn't it? Like, did anybody even bother thinking Korean Zombie would win? I'm sure he was like, when I looked at the odds, he was, because I was thinking, why don't I go like super, super, super big on Max Holloway? Like, I'm talking like really, 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 really big. You know, where the odds are that bad, but you can still win like $1,000 if you obviously go big. But I just shit myself and didn't do it. He dominated round 1, dominated round 2, then stopped him in round 3. Like, I know he did take a bit of damage, but Max Holloway is getting on now, and he's not. I don't know. It's like the Arnold Allen fight. Like, I think Max Holloway, like everyone says, he did really well, and he did do well, obviously, because he beat an undefeated. Is Arnold Allen undefeated? Well, he beat a good fighter on a good run, but I don't think he did well. I don't think he did that well. That wasn't a lie, by the way. I'm not pretending to be Scouse, as everyone's realised I'm not Scouse. That was a thought process. But yeah, I don't think he did that well in the Arnold Allen fight. And obviously he always gets whipped by Volk. There's absolutely no way anybody wants to see a fourth fight between them two. I actually think, I know he's never been put down or anything before, but I actually think he'd get stopped if he fought Volkanovski again. I think you're better off just leaving him, just putting him in celebrity fights and just letting him headline fight nights and, like prop up pay-per-views against just people in the division who are going to be fun to watch him fight against. Like, Volkanovski will eventually, I'm guessing, move up to 145. I just don't really see what the point is in Holloway getting another title shot, and I also don't see what's the point in him knocking off all the contenders. Like, obviously he's not going to fight Topuria, who is going to fight Volkanovski, but like that would be the fight that the UFC would probably have made in the past, Max versus Topuria, and then Max wins and then still can't fight Volkanovski. So yeah, I think he should just, I don't know, who would he fight? Who's in the top 15 who he could fight? He's beat Cater, he's beat Emmett. Rodriguez rematch, that'd be good actually. And Dana White said he's thinking of an interesting fight. The Rodriguez fight was really close. Rodriguez has just lost to Volkanovski, like convincingly. Maybe a rematch between them two, that'd be good. Or Holloway Ortega, I wouldn't mind watching that. But I think they're friends, I don't know. But I think they'd still fight. But yeah, 3.5 minutes on the Singapore card. It wasn't a great one. This Paris one, to be honest, now I've actually looked at it, let's have a look at it properly. I mean, Volkanov's going to be against someone who no one... Do you not think the thingies have gone really bad now, the prelims on UFC cards? They used to be really good, didn't they? Like, you could still sit and watch prelims and stuff, because the thing with the UFC is, even though a fight's between two people you don't know, at least it's always evenly matched. I know they've started now. That was the thing when the UFC was not. I obviously hated the UFC at first, but the UFC always sold themselves on the fact that they're not boxing, like the best fight the best, and we don't pad records and that. But they have obviously started now padding records. Look at like Bo Nickel. Look at the people he's fighting. Like, these are people to start pad his record. Look at Sean O'Malley. Like the run he went on until the Yam fight, really. Like, they have started definitely now creating superstars and padding records and giving people gimme fights and stuff. Even like the McGregor and Cowboy fight, like, that was like a blatant like tune up, and they never ever used to do tune ups, did they? Like, you never got an easy fight in the UFC. But yeah, you can watch. You can. I'm just looking at these now. I don't know a single fighter on the prelims, so I won't be watching them. It's quite sad because there's obviously really good boxing on this weekend. and it's going to clash with this UFC card. Volkan Ozdemir against someone I don't know, and then you've got Benoit St. Dennis versus Thiago Moises. I know Thiago Moises, but I don't. I'm probably only going to be asked it against the Firo fight, and obviously Rose. Everyone loves Rose, and then the final, the main event, Gane versus Spivak. Yeah, probably they're the only two fights I'm really asked about. Rose, like, why has she moved? Like, did anybody ever feel she was undersized? Obviously, she was at 115, wasn't she? And she's gone up to 125. Yeah, because they're talking about her fighting the winner, Grosso Valentino. So yeah, she must have been. So she was 115, and she's gone up to 125. Did anybody feel she was undersized at 115? I didn't feel she was undersized at 115. I don't think she was. She was massively big for the weight. I have seen. She looks fucking jacked. If you've looked at her on Instagram and stuff, and if you've seen like some of the build-up videos and stuff, like, she's looking fucking big. She's put serious size on, but I wouldn't say. I don't know. She's obviously going in there with like a proper top contender, but I guess that's what you do if you're the ex-champion at the weight division below, and you just come up and fight someone who's a top contender in Firo and you win. Well, she'll get a title shot on name value alone. So I guess it's like quite a good risk and reward. But I don't see how she wins. If she has a kickboxing fight with Firo, she's going to get fucking lit up just because of the range, and she's going to try and take her down. Who did Firo fight last time where she couldn't get her down? And if she can't get her down, wouldn't Rose get her down? Who did Firo fight last time? I remember her last fight. Hang on, mixed martial art record. Caitlin Chikugian. No, I'm thinking of the Jennifer. Am I thinking of the Jennifer Maia fight? I can't remember that or the Chikugian fight where that's probably I've fucking butchered that name. I've got to stay at my I need a haircut and a shave. Yeah, if she can't take it, Rose isn't necessarily, obviously, well, not necessarily, she isn't a grappler at all, is she? So, not sure. I'd love Rose to win, massive Rose fan, like, fucking sick when she beat young Jacek, but not sure about that one. And then the Cyril Gane versus fucking Spivak fight. Now, I've never rated Spivak, and I even thought Derek Lewis was going to spark him out, but what has he got? 3 finishes in his last 3 fights? Spivak has beat Lewis, he has beat Greg Hardy, shy, and I can't remember who the other one is, but they're all by finish, and I think they might all be in the first round. If he can get Gane down, it's game over, because Cyril Gane is very bad on the ground, isn't he? Like, the John Jones fight was a disgrace. Like, I know it's John Jones, obviously the best of all time, but John Jones at heavyweight didn't look good in his last 3 light heavyweight fights. I even thought Gane was going to beat John Jones, I'll be honest. Like, I would never go against John Jones because I love him and he's John Jones, but like, I didn't think he was going to win. Like, Gane is athletic for a heavyweight, he moves fast and that, unbelievable stand up, but he just can't wrestle, can he, or grapple or anything. He's fucking shocking. Like, the shot selection that he did against John Jones, which made it the easiest takedown of all time, and then he just sat for one of the like easiest submissions. Have you ever? I think that probably to me is the biggest shit the bed in a heavyweight, well, any title fight, you know, because there's been like probably like the Aldo fight where it was worse, but he just rushed in and got sparked by someone who's very good. Like, it wasn't the same with Gane. He literally shit the bed. Like, he offered no resistance whatsoever. Like, it was so bad. And then if you think about the Ngannou fight as well, it turns out afterwards Ngannou had to have operation on both of his knees, or definitely one of his knees, but I think it was both of his knees. He had them both strapped up, couldn't train, couldn't grapple in thing yet, and he fucking wrestled Gane. Like, who's Ngannou ever going to wrestle? Stipe Miocic wrestled him to death in the first fight. I know he sparked him in the second, but he's not a wrestler. He's not good at grappling or anything, and he fucking wrestled Gane to death. Like, if it stays on the feet, Spivak's going to have a bad night. Like, he has got nothing for Gane on the feet, like literally nothing. He will get lit up and probably stopped. But if he gets it down, I've seen a stat. He averages 2 takedowns a round. If he gets him down once, I think it'd be over. Honestly, I think Gane's that bad on the ground that if he gets taken down once by Spivak will sub him. Whatever round it is, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. But we've not seen Spivak. He hasn't gone past the first round, I don't think, in his last 3 fights. Maybe into the second round on one of them. So what's he going to be like in the 4th round? We've seen Gane go 5 rounds twice, I think. And he beat Lewis. I think he beat Derek Lewis in the 4th round. So, wow, I don't make notes for these things. I feel like if you make notes in it, it just gets a bit stiff and that. So I probably should. Maybe as I get on, I'll research these things. But yeah, I think he beat Lewis in the 4th round. So like, we know he can go. And look how athletic he is. Like, he's fucking jacked, ripped out his head, isn't he? Like, we know he can go. I've still not changed the setting on this laptop where it goes dark after like, it must be 10 minutes because I'm on 10 minutes 3 seconds, and so I have to like change it. But yeah, that's my UFC breakdown. Not really much going on the fight night cards anymore, is there? They obviously are quite better when they're in the. When they're in an arena, the Apex, I won't even fucking talk about an Apex card. But yeah, do you know what? I seen Ben Shalom say that this card's one of the best cards they've ever put on. And now I'm looking at it, it's not bad. Mark who's fighting, bad fight though. Fraser Clark, Dave Allen, I mean, we know like Fraser Clark's not good, not great, not going to be great. It's definitely not going to be Anthony Joshua, but I don't even think he would end up being like I was going to say Tyson Fury then, as if he's not better than Joshua. He's not even going to be like a Joe Joyce for me. I can't imagine him even getting to that level. Or who else is like a decent British? Like, I couldn't imagine. I don't know. He'll win the British because they'll navigate him well. But I don't think he'd beat Wardley. Don't think he'd beat that. Is it Ade, whatever he's called? Yeah, don't think he's up to much. But Dave Allen's a bad fighter, and he's obviously gonna lose. He sounds punchy as well. I'm never that asked about boxers sounding punchy and that. I know it sounds really bad, but listen, the grown men, if they want to fight for money and that's the way they provide, then who am I to be bothered? Like, they make their own decisions. They don't tell me how to live my life, so why should I tell them? But Dave Allen sounds proper punchy. Like, don't know what's going to happen with him. I think he'll get stopped like early. He said that he mentioned in an interview that I've watched this week that he sparred quite a lot of Fraser Clark, and Fraser Clark's going to know what he's up to, but I just can't see how Dave Allen wins that. Has he ever looked good when he stepped up? I know he won the Nick Webb fight, but Nick Webb's fucking shocking, isn't he? Yeah, not into it. Michaela Mayer, I'm going to be honest, sounds really bad, and I'm not into women's boxing. Can't get into it at all. Like, first of all, if they're going to fight with massive fucking pillows for gloves and they're only doing 10 rounders, 2 minutes, like, if they're not taking it seriously, why should I? And I know some of them would probably rather do 3-minute rounds, but if they're going to do 2 what the fuck am I saying? If they're going to do 10 rounds for 2 minutes, I'm not taking that seriously. A world title fight is not 20 minutes, like. And I also think like a lot of them, they look like they can't punch, but I'd love to see a statistic between how many fights are stopped between the 2nd and 3rd minute of a round, you know, when people are getting tired and stuff. Like, they must lose a lot of chances in stopping people with the fact that after 2 minutes the fucking round ends. Like, yeah, just women's boxing is not for me. Adam Azim, I don't know his name, just a squash fight in it, padding his record, I think. Let's have a look who's Avram. 23-1, 5, shite. Not a great card, actually, now I'm thinking about it. It's got a few names on it and a few fights you'd be interested in, just because, like, who's not interested in Dave Allen fighting Fraser Clark, but it's not the greatest card. Mark Efron, Jack Cullen, now that'll be a good fight. I like Mark Efron, I think he's Manchester lad, isn't it? Oh, sorry, I'm burping there. Yeah, he's a Manchester lad, isn't it? Is it? Kid Dynamite? Didn't know that was his nickname. Oldham. Yeah, it probably tells people he's from Manchester on holiday. There's my alarm. Yeah, Mark Efron, pretend Mank from Oldham, versus Jack Cullen. Good fight, yeah. Jack Cullen, Bolton boy. I mean, I did look on his Instagram, Jack Cullen. While I was on his Instagram, someone tagged him in one of my mates tagged him in a post saying, like, go on, Jack. I didn't realise he was on this card, though, if I'm honest. Doesn't look like he's been training that much, and I'm not sure he does train that much. Like, I do know of Jack Cullen, like, he's from Bolton, like, not like mates or anything, but mates of mates, and he's a partyhead. Big partyhead, nothing wrong with that. I was a partyhead too, but yeah, I'm not sure he's been training for this one. Doesn't look like he's been training for this one. Like, he seemed to train a lot for the Pacheco fight because he was always posting, but maybe he's just been moving in silence, you know what I mean, getting his work done and not posting it. But I don't think he's been training that much. I think Mark Efron will win that. I think because of his lifestyle, I think Jack Cullen's very, very, very glass to the body nowadays. Obviously it's easy to say that because he got stopped with a body shot in his last fight, but we'll see. I think Mark Efron wins that. And then Liam Smith, Eubank Jr. Do you know what? I'm excited for this. We were supposed to be going to the first one, me, Meg, and Mum and Dad. We're all going to go to not the first fight, the first day of the rematch. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a better fight than the first one. I think Liam Smith's still going to win because Eubank Jr. can't box. Like, it always makes me laugh. Do you remember the DeGale fight? I know it went Eubank Jr.'s way, but that was just because DeGale was well over the hill. The two Caleb Truax fights finished DeGale. I keep kneeing this table. The two Truax fights plus I think the Durrell fight. I think they massively like plus age as well, and he has a lot of miles on the clock. So I think they fucked Durrell, and he was finished by the time he fought Eubank. But he says he had the 1-1, and it was when he was terrorising Eubank for what he were, and he just said, "You can't box, Chris." And I think how right is he? Literally, he can't box. Do you remember when he first came up and he was on Channel 5, Eubank Junior, and he was fucking dog shit. He couldn't punch. Still don't think he's a big puncher. I don't know how he's managed to get this, like, blag his way into people thinking he's a big puncher. Never been a big puncher. Wasn't a big puncher at 160. Definitely wasn't a big puncher at 168. Like, how many finishes did he get at 168? I think he beat Yildirim in a couple of rounds, but Yildirim's fucking dog shit. Every time he stepped up, he's lost convincingly to Billy Joe Saunders, even though Billy Joe Saunders basically tried to give the fucking fight away. Lost convincingly to Groves. I think he lost every round to Groves, bar when the last round when Groves fucking hurt his shoulder. Still couldn't get him out of there when he had one shoulder. I know it's obviously not being able to get Groves out of there is not like a big thing, but couldn't get Groves out of there when he had literally one arm. And lost to Liam Smith by stoppage. Like, every time he stepped up, he's lost. Don't think he's good. Don't think he can box. There's never been a fighter ever, I don't think, if I'm trying to think off the top of my head, maybe Chavez Jr., who won a legitimate, to be fair, but then again, he won a legitimate world title, fought in legitimate world title unifiers against Martinez. Has there been a son who's lived off his dad's name more than Eubank Jr.? Like, how is it he's made... Did Senior say on top, you've seen his little grass, by the way. Imagine speaking about your son like that just because he's fucked you off. Should have fucked him off from the fucking start. Do you remember the Saunders fight when his dad was in his corner and he would just, like, stir at him while he was, like, 3, 4, 5 fucking rounds down and stuff? What a fucking absolute loser his dad is, mate, nowadays. Walks around in a fucking sheriff badge. I know he must be thinking, who the fuck are you? You're a loser, but, mate, he is fucking finished in here. He has got CT built on belief. When he dies, mate, and they cut his head open, they're going to be able to find things medically and that we don't even know about, mate. He is fucked. Isn't he from like a rough council estate and he talks in that accent? Walks around in a sheriff badge with a fucking black vest, black waistcoat, just a maddest ever guy, and he started to like talk so badly about his own son just because his son fucked him off when he should have fucked him off. Should never have been with him. I do get that at the start when Eubank Jr. wasn't a talker and didn't have any like charisma or anything like that, his dad used to do the talking for him and big him up, and it probably did help him become the star that he is today. But yeah, weird one. But he can't box. He definitely can't box. He's not good. He's got stamina for days. Yeah, they say that. But even then, he's got stamina for days because he doesn't throw a lot of punches. What does he average? 20 odd punches around. I seen the behind the scenes thing from the first fight. I'm not massively clued up on Liam Smith's trainer. Is it Joe McNally or something? He seems like a really good trainer, you know. I know the Josh Taylor fight didn't go his way, but Teofimo Lopez is a very good fighter. Can you still believe he lost to fucking Kambosos Jr., mate? What a weird, like, he'd beat him, I reckon, honestly, no hyperbole, I reckon 99 times out of 100 he would beat Teofimo Lopez. He would beat Kambosos Jr. other than that day. So there's no shame in losing to him. But yeah, I feel like Liam Smith's trainer's really good. He was saying he averages 20 punches around, just like put it on him, make him throw punches. That's why everyone thinks he's got big stamina, because he doesn't throw punches. He hasn't got a high work rate at all. But then when he does throw, and when people like end up in the corner or something, he throws a lot of punches, so it does seem like he's got high energy, but I don't think he's got a high work rate at all. Don't think he can box. He's always had that chin, because even at 168 of this World Boxing Super Series, he didn't get stopped by anyone, did he? Obviously, he lost to Groves in the end, but Groves was a big puncher, and he landed some big shots on Eubank and didn't really put a dent in him. So he has always had a chin, but look at people like Chisora and that. I feel like solid chins once to get cracked, mate. That's it, they're cracked forever. So you never know. Would never have had Liam Smith down as a puncher either. So weird one that he stopped him. Like I did say before the first fight, I thought Liam Smith would win. I thought he would win on points, but stoppage that early, it's not a miracle punch like Eubank says, but it's obviously it's not lucky either, because Smith's by far the better boxer. Like, I was thinking this before, who's Eubank's Junior's best win? Probably Liam Williams, which is actually a good win, because I rate Liam Williams. I would always say Liam Williams was like European level, maybe world level, fringe gatekeeper sort of thing. Like, definitely European level, or like in between the gap of like massively above British level, but like close to European level, if not European level, and he fucking battered him, didn't he? He did. So that is a good win. But then who's his best win before that? Who would you say? Let's have a look. Who's Eubank Jr.'s best win before Liam Williams? Korobov, but Korobov, that's post, getting sparked by De Gale, I guess, but then again, he's got names on there, like he's got Arthur Abraham, but shot to shit, Yildirim shite, lost to Groves, De Gale, Korobov, Marcus Morrison, never good. You'd say his best win, in terms of, not name, like best name would be De Gale, but best win's obviously Liam Williams in terms of how good Liam Williams was at the time. Like, I thought Williams was going to beat him, to be honest. After that, would you say Korobov? De Gale, Yildirim, he's not beating anyone. Remember the Tom Doran fight? Jesus Christ. Gary O'Sullivan, Chudinov. Oh, it's the bad Chudinov though. It wasn't the good Chudinov, was it? It was his shithead younger brother or older brother, but shithead dog shit brother anyway. He's got no good wins. He hasn't got any good wins. The Liam Williams win is the only standout win I'd say that he's like, yeah, that's a good win. I just think Liam Smith's going to beat him again, but I don't know if it's going to be by stoppage. It depends if that chin's cracked. If Eubank's chin's cracked, Smith will beat him by stoppage again. But if it's not cracked, I just think he'll outbox him. Honestly, Eubank Jr. cannot box. He is not good at boxing. And I think Liam Smith will win. Yeah, so I'm thinking Liam Smith, Mark Efron, Fraser Clark, Adam Azim, whatever he's called. And then in the UFC, I'm going to go for Gain. Do I go head or heart on the Rose? We'll go Fug Rose because fuck it, I love her. And then obviously everything else is shit, and that's it, innit? There's no other boxing or UFC. No, or MMA is, I think. PFL, Avocado, Bellator, I don't know. I'm not a casual, I do watch Bellator, I do watch PFL, I do watch One Championship, but I can't be asked researching it, I haven't done any research, so yeah. 20 minutes, I might keep them all. No, the live chats are going to go an hour, so yeah. Do you know what, I need to do a little talk about the live chat because I didn't do any notes yesterday on that video and I didn't really explain it. So the live chat, Luke Thomas did his today, can't wait for him. That's the thing that I want to do. This is mainly going to be live chats, and I think I'll end up doing 2 live chats a week because I think people will like them that much, and I've got some fucking sick questions, so eventually, like, I don't know if I said this in the first video, I don't think I did, I want to do it where I either do a community thread on YouTube where people Bobby's doing that weird thing again, can you hear him? Sleeps and just has like weird dreams, can you hear him? Sad. I don't know if it is sad, maybe it's a good dream. Can you hear that? Surely you heard that. Or is this microphone not picking it up? Oh well. So yeah, shut up mate. You must have heard that. Bobby, chill. So yeah, he just looked at it then. So the live chat, so eventually I will either do a community, it'll be a community thread on YouTube where people ask questions and then you can like the question, the one that gets the most likes, I think they shoot up to the top, or you can filter it so they go to the top, and then I'll just answer them questions. And obviously as people are talking in the chat, I can see the chat and I'll be like answering people's questions in the chat, interacting, speaking. So it's going to be a laugh, get a little community in that. Or I'll just tweet a picture and then people can ask questions under the picture, because sending an email is so hard. Like even if Luke Thomas, I think Luke Thomas does say send me an email. I've never asked a question, by the way, I wouldn't in the live chats, but I would never email. But I have got some fucking sick questions via email, good ones about being a father. Someone's asked about the hair ban. I've had ones about away days, questions about away days. So this first week, just because it's just me, I'm going to do it myself, but I have spoke to my mate, I don't know if I said this as well, and he's going to look at the emails and he's going to pick them so that I won't actually know what questions I'm answering. He'll know the things that I can't speak about, like if people ask questions about the ban, I will say the question and I probably will talk a little bit about it, but I won't be able to go into full detail about the ban, especially with the things I've had today about the ban. Fucking hell, about the ban. Fucking hell. So yeah, but yeah, at the minute it's just going to be email, but it will be my mate who's going to go through the emails. This is honestly it's going to be amazing. It's called Paul, and I asked it. Well, he's seen the video and asked me about the live chats, and I said, "Oh, it'd be good if I could not see the questions first." So he was like, "Well, why don't I do it?" So from next week he's going to do it. But yeah, I've posted the email address. I'll post it again when this video comes out. I don't want that many more questions because you'll know tomorrow the reason why it's going to be, why the live chat's going to be funny, but there's no way I'm going to stay on topic. Any question I get asked, I'm going to veer off all the time. So I think I've got 15 questions so far. But parenthood, football, everything. Been asked about Twitter, been asked about YouTube, been asked about festivals. So Yeah, going to answer them, and then obviously I'll be answering questions that are in the chat that people say in the chat as well. So the live chat will go an hour every week, or knowing me, probably over an hour. But these ones I'm probably going to try and keep them at 25, 30 minutes. Like the Lost Village one, I missed out so many things on the Lost Village one now I think about it. But there's a question about Lost Village, so I'll talk about that in the live chat. But yeah, this is the boxing and MMA one. What time is it now? 8:45. I'll probably release this tonight, yeah, fuck it, why not? Everyone keeps saying, oh, the algorithms and all this, but I'm not asked about making money at the minute. I'm just enjoying chatting shit. I do this anyway, so I'm going to post this tonight. Someone said zoom out, so I have not zoomed out, but I've had to sit a bit further back, so I don't know if the mic's picking it up as much. But yeah, this is going to get posted tonight. The betting one, I probably won't do a betting one this week. I'm just going to do my bets on Twitter on Saturday morning. But from next week, definitely the betting one on Friday. And then tomorrow, live chats will probably be Sunday usually. But definitely tomorrow it's going to be, because Friday night who's sitting in and listening to me fucking talk shit on a live chat. But yeah, I think it'll usually be a Sunday, but tomorrow I'm doing it. And I can't wait, the live chats is the thing I want to do. The whole thing's called the Josh Woo's live chats because the live chat's the main thing. And I think it's the thing that people like. And obviously I got asked if the live chats are good, if you have to watch it live. I don't watch Luke Thomas's live. He did his live chat tonight, and I haven't watched it live. I consume that on podcasts. So the live chat after it's been recorded live and will be fucking broadcast live. I'll then I'll just put it on YouTube and put it on the podcast. Also, my sister said that I need to start putting the podcast on Spotify, but I just think dangerous people use Spotify over Apple Music. So you'll have to let me know if I should put it onto Spotify or if anyone's asked enough, because I've had 4,000 something views of the first introduction video on YouTube, but I've had like 2,100 listens to it on podcasts. So like it is doing quite well on podcasts. Like 10 probably I haven't looked at the Lost Village one on podcast, but I reckon 10, 11k views on the two of them over both the platforms I've posted them on. So yeah, live chat tomorrow, and trust me, it's going to be fucking sick. It's going to be fun. I reckon we'll have a laugh. But yeah, this is it. This is my boxing and MMA one. Like and subscribe, niggas. See you later. Shit, do you know I got told not to swear because I can't monetize it if I swear, so I need to work on my swearing, and I definitely don't think you can say niggas, but who gives a fuck. See you later, guys.